Are you, of the 7 to 8 guys that you're currently seeing them, 7 to 8 guys, are you sleeping with?
A few of them.
How many?
I think 3 I'm having sex with actively.
Actively. And then generally, maybe not now, but in the past, what's the most amount of men that you've seen concurrently, like been sleeping with concurrently or been seeing concurrently?
I think this is probably the most right now, like in this time period.
There's never been like 4 or 5 that you've been sleeping with?
No.
Okay, so 3 is the most. So in this time period, this is the most. Okay. And so please don't take this the wrong way. I don't mean this to offend you. Your male looks equivalent, cannot command seeing 7 to 8 women and sleeping with 3 of them.
I mean, I'm not really seeing any women right now.
No. But what I'm saying is, if there was like a mirror image of you, your male looks equivalent would not be able to command dating 7 to 8 women and sleeping with 3 of them.
Yeah. Okay.
That's quite a difference. I think that's quite a difference between men and women. And it just goes to show that, like, the amount of men that you're seeing, you have to, for a guy to pull that off, you have to be like a top 10% man. Mm-hmm. I mean, you consider yourself to be a 10, but there's such a difference between the attention that women receive and the attention men receive. To me, I mean, I appreciate your honesty sharing that, but it's impressive, I guess, is the right word.
Thank you, I guess. I want to go. It's a range of different people. Like I said, I feel really good about myself. I feel like I'm beautiful, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going for top dogs all the time. Some of the guys that I'm seeing are fat and not so cute, but you know, it's not an issue for me. It's really about how much fun I have.
Do you think that you said you're seeing some fat guys or whatever? Do you think that they're seeing 7 to 8 women?
Probably not.
Do the guys that you're seeing, do they know that you're seeing other guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That you tell them?
I'm pretty explicitly clear about the fact that I'm dating casually.
And they're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, isn't that what happens when you're on like a dating app? Yeah,
so
I feel like
how many of them want to get in a relationship with you?
You know,
Carson, come on.
I would say probably only 1 or 2, you know, but that's also not something that I'm looking for right now. You know, if I was looking to be in a relationship, I would be in one. I'm looking to date a bunch of men, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay, I want to go around the table on this. So we're going to start over here. What's the most amount of guys that you've dated or hooked up with at the same time?
My body count.
Not your body count, but we can do body count. But I'm asking, what's the most amount of guys that you've like dated in one time? Like she's dating 7 to 8 guys right now. She's sleeping with 3 of them.
Oh, so
what about you?
How many guys have I been with at the same
like at the
period?
Same time, general time period, you know, if you wanted like a month range.
Maybe like, I don't know, 1. I kind of have a bad temper, so I don't think I can handle many guys.
You have a bad temper?
Yeah, I have a bad temper.
Okay.
Yes, so I guess I'm not very
Martin
patient.
Super chatted $50.
Thank you, Martin.
To the truck driver in the middle.
Oh.
Wage gap, multiple men, no marriage and children. Pfizer, American Psychiatric Association, and Boone Farms Wine thank you for your ongoing and future patronage.
At least I'm not wasting my money paying to put comments like this on the internet.
Go ahead. So you're physically abusive. Or no, sorry, you're...
No.
hold on.
Super chatted $49.99. You don't determine your own SMV, the market does. We, consumers, determine what value we want to pay. With that said, none of these throat goats are anywhere close to a 10
Unless you're talking about the amount of STDs, recreational use only, gents. Do you guys have a response to that?
I am the throat goat.
Okay, good times.
I take no shame in the game. If my throat works, it works. Other than that,
it works.
No shame.
Girl.
And actually,
it's a moneymaker.
Just because we look like we got hella bodies, I could tell you personally, I got 3 and I'm 19. So.
Okay, so you said you have a temper.
Yeah, I have a bit of a temper, so I don't think I am patient enough to handle several men.
Okay, so what's the most amount of guys that you've dated at one time?
One?
Oh, just one? Okay.
Yeah.
And same with hooking up, just one?
Yeah.
Okay. How does your temper manifest itself?
It's more like, let's say, when things don't go my way, I'm kind of like a my way or highway kind of person.
My way or the highway?
Yeah. So it doesn't really translate well. If I was dating several guys, that would mean I would need to be patient with a lot of people. So I'd rather just have one person.
Can you give us one of the most notable examples from your dating life of a time where it was your way or the highway?
I think I had like a big argument once where the guy didn't want to take shoes off in front of the house. So when you go into a house, you have to take the shoe off at that specific spot, right? And because sometimes he would just forget his shit, so he would go back on the shoe, and then I would be like really annoyed because of that, because he needed to take his shoe off to take whatever he needed to take. So yes, it became a big argument.
Well, it was your house, right?
Huh?
Was it your house?
Yes.
And you had a rule, which was, I don't like my shoes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think you're reasonable for, I mean, if that's your place and you're like, hey, I want people to take their shoes off, then
I guess some people, I think with most guys, they don't really care so much. Like, if they're just like, oh, whatever, I'm just going to take the keys, or I'm just going to take something that I forgot. It's just a small thing. I'm just walking 3 steps. But
oh, so okay, it wasn't just he was just coming over.
Yeah.
It was like he took them off already, and then he had to go get something.
Yeah, he forgot something. So I rather he would take them off, but then I guess it wasn't a big deal to him. But to me, it's a big deal. So I got really mad this one time, and I threw his shoes out.
Were you like head over heels in love with this dude?
I guess maybe if I like the guy more, I do tend to be more temperamental.
Right, because girls don't dump men they're in love with. That's the reality. So they don't dump guys they're in love with. It's just,
I disagree.
It is what it is.
Okay, so you have a temper. Have you ever hit a guy?
Like hit a guy?
Yeah, have you ever hit a guy?
I think I've yelled somewhat abusive things at a guy, and then maybe I would push the guy away, but I don't think I've hit a guy.
So you have a temper. Do you raise your voice with your partners?
I do raise my voice, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And is it like they just piss you off? They just annoy you, or like it's a bad habit, or what?